My name's Earl German. I'm the Assistant Coordinator of the Prevention and Intervention Center for Alcohol and Other Drug Abuse, PACATA as it is generally known, which is a division here within Family Service. In that role, I coordinate two programs. One is called Communities Mobilizing for Change on Alcohol, which is a supply side environmental strategy to combat underage drinking. We've been active in Deerfield since 2004 and have measured considerable success. When I started out there, we work with the Sheriff's Department and they run compliance checks to see whether the vendors are selling to kids. Well over 50% of them did. Last May the 13th of this month, I believe, they ran another compliance checks, which they do at intervals anyhow. And of 14 vendors investigated, 0 sold to kids. So it's working out there. The other program I am responsible for is I run the Older Adult Services program for PACATA. I provide case management assistance to workers in senior services who have clients who are struggling with alcohol, drugs, or gambling problems. There's certain features of the program I run which are attractive to social services. First, it's paid for, so it's free to them. The money comes through social services via the Area Agency on Aging. I don't expect the clients to come to me, I'll go to them. And I'm available 6 days a week, almost at any time. One of the main features, I think, is that I'm not time limited. I can stay involved with these folks for as long as it takes, in some cases months, some cases years. One woman, for example, who was referred to me by a local treatment provider to help with aftercare, had a very chaotic past. I think she just needed some support. I set up AA meetings for older adults. Got her in she couldn't get around. She didn't have a card. She was on a fixed income. So we set one up in the apartment complex she lives in. And she's been sober 3 years, just marked her 3rd anniversary. Another gentleman was in treatment. I was called in to help with aftercare. He was living with his son when he came out of treatment. Things went along pretty well. He felt kind of like he was in the way there because his boy was engaged. So he rented a little place downtown, and wasn't long before he'd relapsed. Got a call from his son. Said he was going to be evicted. Apparently he was hollering and screaming and banging his head on walls at night. So I went over to see him with his sons, and he was a Vietnam era vet. Saw a lot of combat. Turned out that that's what the problem was, post-traumatic stress. He was drinking, trying to pass out so he didn't have the dreams. He was reluctant to even talk about it at first, but eventually got him into the VA for their program for vets. He came through that, he got sober, and one of the advantages I have is I can stay involved for as long as really as I and the other individual wants to maintain that relationship. Caseworkers are overwhelmed with referrals. They don't always have that luxury. So it's a nice program. It fits very nicely with the intent of elder care.